I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
Oh God, here we go.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird, weird.
You're weird.
Women being in roles of power and what a woman is fit for.
So my character is meant to be jealous of her looks? Are you kidding me? Have they seen me? No one's going to believe that. This is so dumb. They should have cast her as one of the dwarfs.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. Weird, weird. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. Weird, weird. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. It's Hollywood, baby.
Well, the Hollywood meltdown has begun. It took a little while. It was like a delayed fuse. But now you're seeing many of the woke Hollywood ideologues like Mark Ruffalo crying on stage. Rachel Zegler, who has never been in a movie that's ever made money, I don't think. Most of the movies she's been in have lost more than $100 million. She might have broke even on the Hunger Games, I think. But her Snow White movie is going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars, almost certainly. And it's just wild to me. But it's great to watch the meltdown. And Rachel Zegler, who's one of the wokest brats in Hollywood, one of the most disliked stars, far more disliked than even Brie Larson was at her peak, has poked her head up after the post-election for a full-blown melty, as well as Mark Ruffalo. It's wild. And before we get to that, just want to let you know, this video is sponsored by Aura. This year has seen a high number of high-profile data breaches, raising serious concerns about personal information security. Dell suffered an internet breach, that exposed 3.9 million customer records, including sensitive personal information. United Health confirmed 100 million of their users had their data stolen, the largest ever healthcare data breach in the United States. And Ticketmaster experienced a massive breach compromising over 560 million customer records. But almost as alarming, just a few months ago, the National Public Data announced that they had suffered a major breach, potentially impacting every single American. The incident compromised over 2.9 billion records used for background checks, including critical personal information, such as full name, addresses, dates of birth, phone numbers, and most importantly, social security numbers. At that time, when that happened, I actually already had Aura when they had reached out to me. I absolutely love the product, and it alerted me to my information being out there. It's been confirmed, of course, that the members of the hacker group have released the sensitive information online for free. If you haven't been taking your personal information security seriously, now is the time to change that. You're more vulnerable than ever in today's digital landscape. Thankfully, again, I feel secure because I use Aura. Today's sponsor, Aura monitors your personal data, including social security number, across billions of data points like the dark web and public court records to alert you to any potential identity theft. They also have $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst case happen. Plus, Aura offers a variety of other features to keep you safe online, including real-time alerts for data breaches, a VPN for secure browsing, data broker opt-out, which I love, to stop companies from selling your personal information, and a password manager to help you create and manage strong passwords. I'm not leaving myself and my family vulnerable to data breaches, and you don't want to either. And if you don't want to either, go to Aura.com/thequartering to try for 2 weeks free. That'll be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal information is exposed. Now, let's talk about Rachel Zegler. Rachel Zegler came out and said, Rachel Zegler hopes Trump supporters never know peace. Tells her followers to get the F off of X because Elon Musk supported Trump, and ends with F Donald Trump. Wow. So stunning, so brave. I wonder what could have inspired her to be both so stunning and so brave. Does anybody have an idea? This is Disney's Snow White. By the way, she probably won't face any consequences for posting this by Disney due to their unfair double standard. I mean, you have this individual. Okay, Gina Carano got fired from Disney for making fun of pronoun brigaders, demanding, that you put people's, pronouns in the bio. The star of Snow White just told half of America, actually more than half of America, to, F off. Here's her hilarious cope. I find myself speechless in the midst of this. Another 4 years of hatred leaning us towards a world that I don't want to live in. Leaning us towards a world that will be hard to raise my daughter in. Leaning us to a world that will force her to have a baby she doesn't want. Again, she lives in California. Her right to scramble her baby and vacuum it out has been safe for a very long time. If her daughter wants her uterus to be a haunted house of dead babies, she can do that. I shouldn't be shocked, but I am. I'm heartbroken for my friends who woke in fear this morning, and I am here with you to cry, to yell, to hug, to wax poetic on how the left continues to fail us in forging a new path forward. The law should not have been, and it certainly should not have been by so many votes. She's in utter disbelief. It's pandemonium. She can't possibly understand why somebody who is a Nepo baby who's worth $10 million might not be connected to the working man. I echo Ethiel's Kane's statement more than anything. May Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. Literally. She also wrote, this is also a deep, deep sickness in this country that is shown in sheer amount of people who showed up for the man that threatens our democracy. Again, did he suspend democracy when he was president from 2017 to 2021? I'm just curious. Did he suspend it? It is terrifying, the number of people who stand behind what this man preaches. It's a foolish subscription to a false sense of security, of masculinity, of human intelligence, of patriotism and humanity. There's no help, no counsel in any of them. I could go on, but I won't. I feel sad. You probably too. Due to F this. Again, yet another. It continues. I mean, imagine going this far off the deep end. Like, this far off the deep end. This woman lives in California, will never know debt, will never know what it's like to look at the price of her groceries, will never know what it's like. Her child will never know what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck. Her child will never know what it's like to worry about interest rates, inflation, the price of gas, and all this type of stuff. Nobody in this woman's family will ever know what that's like. And she's out here saying, having a complete meltdown. Also, get off of Elon's app, by the way. The F are you doing? They're eating you up on Twitter. I don't use that app for a reason. Rachel Zegler, you used Twitter as recently as like a month or two ago. So maybe sit down about that. When you tweeted out all your free Palestine nonsense, right? I was talking about finding catharsis in art. I don't care if you're going to pick a fight with me. It's been done before. Find something real to go be mad at today. There's plenty to go around. And then again, she now goes, she's posting this, by the way. She's posting this while at work, while she's apparently on stage at some play that nobody cares about. Okay, that's all. Going on stage for Act 2 now, and I need to get off my soapbox before I get too heated. Sending love to everyone who needs it today. May we all carry each other through the worst and hold these politicians accountable. Your Dem Govs just got very important. They've been very important for the last 4 years, you moron. Where have you been? These people aren't actually interested in politics in any way, shape, or form. They just aren't. They never have been. But, like, what can I say? I will love through these 4 years. Think about this. Okay, at the end of this, you can't see it because it's cut off on the screen. But it says, I will love through these 4 years. F Donald Trump. That doesn't sound like love. That is quite an unhinged rant. And then she goes on, I'm not voting for Kamala Harris because I love her, or because she's my mama-la, or because she's Brat. I'm voting for her because I agree with her on every issue. I'm fully ready to protest when she falls short. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for her to protest. I can't wait for Hollywood to get out there. I mean, there is not a more insufferable person in Hollywood. It's not even close. This woman has never known a life of wanting, has never known, failure, has never known any issue that actual Americans generally have to deal with. Has never had to deal with it. Yet here she is having what can only be described as an incredible meltdown. You also have Mark Ruffalo. We got our butts kicked. Mark Ruffalo gave a speech at the ACLU SoCal's Bill of Rights Award in Beverly Hills on Sunday. We got our a-holes kicked. What doesn't kill you makes you strong. Who are these people imaginarily fighting? Like, they're all like fighting this imaginary fight against somebody. I'm curious who that is. Who the heck is this imaginary person that you're all fighting the resistance for? And why do I never see you out there doing it? I see you tweeting. I definitely see you tweeting. You tweet a lot. He also spoke about grief and fear that people in the audience were feeling, because I know I am. Mark Ruffalo is worth $50 million. He lives in a gated community in Los Angeles, California. What is he afraid of? He has personal security. He has all. What is he afraid of? We suffered a great loss. It's a loss that deeply touches on so much of what we worked for and what we've hoped for and dreamed for such a long time. Then Ruffalo urged audience members to stand and hug the person next to them. Say I love you in what apparently was an effort at group therapy. What if they voted for Trump? What if he voted for Trump? What would they say then? I'm just curious. Like, what if he voted for Trump? Would he want them to hug them? I don't think so. I think that's probably I think that he would probably want, he would probably prescribe a different remedy if they committed the crime of voting for Donald Trump. These people aren't interested in love and this, that, and the other thing like they always say. They're having meltdowns. Other celebrities at the glitzy event. I mean, do regular everyday Americans are they worried about putting on a $9,000 suit and speaking in front of a bunch of millionaires? Because that's what Mark Ruffalo is doing the day after the election. It doesn't really seem like he's suffering, does it? It doesn't really seem like he's living in fear, does it? It sure seems to me that he's just fine. He just wants to, make all of you afraid and make all of you feel bad because you didn't vote the way he wanted you to vote. Well, screw Mark Ruffalo. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.